SHOT Show 2017 with ProTech. David, how you doing, sir?
Great, good to see you.
Good to see you. Now, obviously ProTech has been around for a while. Could you just give me a snapshot, founding of the company, if you know anything about that,
Sure.
and you know how it moved forward and to where we are today.
You bet. So we're a small family-owned company, and we're a specialty in automatic knives. When I first started in the knife business, believe it or not, I was a middle school teacher, and on the weekends I was doing knife shows and gun shows, selling different brands of knives, and there were a lot of folks.
Wait a minute, I got to jump in there. As a middle school teacher, is that where you were getting some of your design ideas from the knives you were taking off of students?
My dad and my uncle owned a retail knife shop, so I was always around it. I was aware of the different brands, and I was doing a lot of shows on weekends, and people were asking for more in the automatic knives, more designs. At the time, there were only a few models. They were very basic, and so I started literally the first batch of knives. Everything was outsourced. I put them together at home on my kitchen table, and very quickly it took off, and finally I had to get it out of the kitchen and rented a little industrial unit, bought my first CNC machine, and now we have 18 employees. We build 25 different models of automatic knives, everything from $160 retail to about $10,000 retail.
Everything made in the United States?
Everything made in the US, everything made in our building now.
Okay. So you're not even sourcing components like screws or...
Well, screws, yes.
Okay.
Some stuff like that.
Okay, but the main components of the knife?
Every handle, every blade, all the major components.
How long has that been? Approximately?
I'd say a good 10 years.
Okay.
And over the last 4 or 5 years, a lot of the secondary processes that we used to have to send out, now we have our equipment enough to do blade grinding in-house, a lot of that stuff, almost everything.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you're employing folks here in the States?
Yeah, all USA made, lifetime warranty. And what's neat about our product line, we build things in rotation. We don't just build the same models all the time and have the same knives on the shelf. We'll build a model and then move on to something else, and each time we bring a model around, we'll throw some new variations in it. We'll find some new exotic woods and put in inlays, or we'll change the color or change a surface texture or something. So we constantly come up with new stuff.
So you're not necessarily, I mean, you didn't necessarily mimic, but it's very similar to some of the firearms industry where they'll make a run of a particular revolver. And then you'll do a batch of that, or a run, and then they'll do a run of something else. It's not constant process where you're making the same thing all the time.
We have a real custom knife direction, even though we're a small factory.
Right.
And so we have some stuff we only make one of, we have some stuff we only make 5 or 10, but it keeps it very interesting. And for our dealers, for our folks who sell our knives, when their customers come in and they say, what's new? There's always a new ProTech to show, always. And it's what makes us unique, and the range too. I mean, we've got some knife models we build, a $200 tactical version of, and the same knife model all the way up into a super custom engraved Damascus, heirloom type piece, and that's also very unique to us.
Right. And so you are a factory, but you also make custom knives.
Definitely.
Depending on what it is.
Yeah, 5-time winner of the Blade Magazine Investor Collector Knife of the Year award. We're very well known for our collectible pieces.
Now, are you the maker of the customs, or do you have some of your team doing it?
It's always a team.
Okay.
Always a team, especially when you involve the Damascus artist who hand-forged the blade, the engraver that we send it out to, the woolly mammoth that died 100,000 years ago and left his tusk in the ice for us to use. I mean, it's a group effort no matter how you look at it.
Now, do you have anybody harvesting that tusk?
We do. I mean, not personally, but we buy it from those traders.
Yeah. Well, you want to send me to go harvest your tusk? I mean, I'll be happy to
tough work
contract for that. Yeah. So good. So. And of course, you're the founder.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, one time I was in a discussion with somebody, and they came up with it, and I thought it was an interesting thing. They said, you're like the conductor of the symphony. You got all these different musicians, and they're all very, very talented at different things, and you've got to get them all to come together, and the concert is right there.
Right.
And
now, about how many knives are you making a year at this time? Just a rough number.
Maybe 15,000.
Wow. So we're talking full-time, probably overtime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, very good. So what do we have new for 2017?
So at the show right now, we have 3 models that are really the new showcase pieces. We have a very nice collaboration with the Strider Knives company, and Strider's known for their big, beefy, folding knives, very sought after by military folks. Last year, we introduced their SNG, which is their sort of middle-sized folder, and this year, for the first time today, anyone's ever seen it, we have the PT model, so you can kind of see from the one to the other the size difference. The PT is their smaller folder, which we've re-engineered and turned into a push-button automatic knife, and it's really nice because it gets you into the Strider design at a very everyday carry kind of size and also price point. So this knife, as you see it here, retails for $240, and that's with a knurled grip, a stonewash satin two-tone finish blade, deep carry pocket clip, really a great knife. Get you into the Strider design, but at a nice everyday carry type of size.
What is the material in the handle?
Aircraft aluminum. It's actually 70-75 with a mil-spec class 3 hard coat anodized.
Okay, very good. Same thing on the
bigger one,
on the SNG. That's the SNG, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, very good. And the SNG was a prior year's model. Yeah.
And then we're also pretty well known for our small, it's a category of automatic knives known as California legal. There's a loophole in our California law that if the blade's under 2 inches, anyone can buy and carry it. So these are 1.975. And really it's what started the company. The first batch of knives I put together home on my kitchen table was the original runt. And this is the, 17 years later, variation of it. So it's got a secondary slide safety there, slide it back, super fast action, nice drop point blade. There's some nice jimping up here on the top for grip. And then it's got a cleverly designed lanyard pass through and also a new deep carry pocket clip. And it's a pocket clip we have on some of our larger models. We shrunk down so it comes up and over, so only a very little bit of the knife comes out of your pocket when you're carrying it.
In some states or jurisdictions, you're still legal because you can still see the end cap of the handle.
There's actually one in my pocket.
Right, and here we go there. So you're still legal. It's not totally concealed in some jurisdictions, which overreach on that a little bit.
Correct.
But so you're not concealed, but you're really deeply set in the pocket. Now, quick question: you mentioned that this was your original design. This is 17 years in the
evolution.
Yeah. There you go. What has changed in general? What has changed between that 17-year-old model to what you're doing today?
Well, it's really amazing. Whenever we introduce a new small auto knife, because it's what started the company, people get very attached to the different versions. So there's the original Runt, the Runt 2, the Runt 3, the 4th, there's the Sprint, and then this Calmigo is the name of this one.
Calmigo?
And it's so much fun because they're all variations on a similar theme, but they have different features, some with bigger handles, some with broader blades, different shapes, different grinds, and honestly, it's a lot of fun to develop a new one and watch folks, who maybe the Run 2 was their favorite for years, but now they love the Calmigo, and we listen to customer feedback too. The Calmigo has several things that folks have been asking for, because we have not yet had, of course.
Now, and also to my point is, mechanically, have you altered or changed anything? Has there been an evolution to the mechanics?
Every time we build a group of knives, we make small adjustments to make them better.
Okay.
Over the years, the materials have evolved, the manufacturing processes have evolved. As good as they've always been, we always push to make them better. And honestly, it's one of the things about a smaller knife company is that we're not chasing to see how cheap we can make them. We're not. It's not like we're making 100,000 of them or something.
Right.
We're making them in batches of 300, 500, small production runs, where if we can spend an extra $1 and make it better, we do it. The smaller size of your company gives you that flexibility to be able to make those changes. Exactly.
Very good. Yeah, and it's very positive, it's a solid lockup.
Small knife with a lot of big knife features.
Yeah. And even on my hands, fits the hand well. It gives you a lot of blade there for something as small as it is. And so, and next on your lineup?
This one is the Harkins double action. So it's a category of knives that you don't see a lot of them mechanically because they're very difficult to make. And a custom knife maker friend of ours, Jeff Harkins, came up with this mechanical system to accomplish the double action. So double action means you can open it like a regular, one-handed knife. There's a liner lock on the inside to close, and then there's a hidden push button. So basically it's a trap door. This lower push button pivots, and that's what fires it automatic.
And that's of the insert.
Yeah, it's underneath the insert. There's a stainless steel plate, and so that movement there, which is very specific, you got to hit just that right sweet spot.
Right, because that entire insert is rocking as you were deploying.
And so once
pressing.
you've fired it auto, you kind of have to reset the spring, and now you can either open it like a traditional folder, you feel no spring tension, or fire it auto. And so mechanically, it's a genius mechanism. His version of a double action, there's really only one additional part, one additional component. It's a brutal thing to make. It's machined from every angle. It's hardened. It's the most difficult thing we machine.
Is it one of the smallest pieces?
No, it's not that small. Okay. It's the piece that's underneath this.
Okay.
But compared to other double action mechanisms where you add 14, 15 separate little components, it's much more stable. It's a brutal thing to machine, but once it's complete, it's much more stable.
It's a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, like my cousin.
This one also has a titanium machined pocket clip. It's 30 minutes of machining just for this clip. When we make these knives, literally half of the shop stops only to make that one knife.
Focus on this.
Yeah,
on
it's
this
ridiculous.
knife. What's MSRP on it?
$600.
$600. And I don't think we covered it on your run. MSRP 170. Very good. Anything else that you'd like to mention that might be in the works, or kind of in prototype stage, or that
there's always stuff that we're working on, and honestly, we appreciate the buyers and the folks who are focused on quality. Right. They're willing to pay for made in the USA, and it's just honestly, it's fantastic to be able to do this level of work and make a living at it. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. So you're not going to give me any insight into what's coming out maybe 6 months from now. We'll have to have a cold beer sometime.
Excellent.
Brother. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a good show and safe travels home.
Appreciate it.
Okay.